You have everything that you need in order to create the life that you dream of, your deepest desires. And all it takes is a deep recognition of your innate wholeness, the worthiness that you were born into, the worthiness that always was, always is, and always will be. The ever present creating from this new now moment, from moment to moment, you have a choice to start leaning in the direction of what you want to create or continue to create by default and letting life blow you around in the wind like a feather. And it starts with a decision. It starts with a decision that you have had enough of mediocrity, enough of playing it small, enough of letting your fears dictate what you're going to choose to do from now on, how you're going to show up, what you're going to allow to be in your space anymore. What are you tolerating? Because if you say yes to one thing, you say no to something else. And every time you say yes to that thing that doesn't serve you, you're saying no to the very thing that does serve you. And it's my hope, it's my excitement to help inspire you, to maybe give you a little nudge in the direction that you can do it. You have what it takes. You don't need to watch any more videos. You don't need to read any more books. You don't need to keep taking in more information and more information and more information. Exactly where you are, your life, your story, you have a message, you have a gift to share with the world. It's time for you to get in the game. It's time for you to stop playing it small and being safe, to stay in your comfort zone. Things that are uncomfortable initially become comfortable later. This is uncomfortable for me, making YouTube videos. It's uncomfortable, and it's a habit that I haven't yet instilled in me. But the key is to show up, and to show up consistently, and to show up with a positive attitude, and to continue to show up until you gain momentum and you gain a habit. And once this is created in your life, and once this is established, success is just a bunch of habits that are in alignment with success. Successful people just do the daily little things day in and day out, and they show up to do the little things. It's not this big, grand, dramatic thing that they're doing that you aren't. They're not smarter than you. They're not better than you. They're not more intelligent than you. They're not some crazy genius. They're not more talented than you. They show up day in and day out and do the things that people don't want to do every single day. And we have this grandiose idea of success in society. Obviously, success means what it means to you. But in terms of creating, say, a lot of financial freedom, amazing relationships, awesome health, we have this grandiose idea in our mind of what we think it takes to create that in our life. For example, movies. You see a character in this movie go from nothing, from poverty, or they're overcoming some massive challenge in a matter of 2 hours. When in reality, to create those things that they're creating in the movie takes time. It takes patience. It takes diligence. It takes doing those little things over and over and over and over and over again throughout a period of time until the compound effect kicks in and you start getting momentum. It's not going to come through these big dramatic things. That's what movies and society and media is programming us into believing. It's programming into us to think that they did this big thing and it happens and he creates this massive result in 2 hours in a movie. Most people in the self-development world will say that luck is preparedness meeting opportunity. And I'm reading a book right now called The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. And he talks about in there, he challenges that as a myth. And he would actually say that luck is preparedness that eventually creates opportunity. It's those day in and day out actions that eventually lead to you creating your own luck, creating your opportunity. There's no such thing as chance or luck. There's always a cause and effect. And you're either being affected by causes in the world and just floating around with no direction, or you are being the cause. You are integrating cause from within to project without. Meaning that you are setting things in motion. It's you. No one's gonna save you. And if you're sitting at home complaining about your life, complaining about it's the government's fault, it's society's fault, it's the education system's fault, it's my job, it's my boss, it's my court, it's my friends, it's my family, it's my parents' fault, it's everybody else's fault but my own, you're being a victim. You're being a victim and you're living in a state of disempowerment. Responsibility breeds empowerment. And the more that you start to take responsibility for your life, is the more empowered you're going to feel, and the more you're going to feel inspired to make a change. So you have everything you need. There's nothing else you need. If you see this video is a sign for you to start taking action on whatever it is that you know that you've been procrastinating on. Anything that you've been holding back on, that you're afraid of doing because you're afraid of getting it wrong or failure, or you're afraid of success or being judged or what people think. Screw what other people think. What do you think? How do you care about yourself? This video is a sign for you to start leaning into that. I'm in depth with my study of spirituality, philosophy, psychology, and these things fascinate me. But the beginning of my spiritual awakening, I got stuck in a rut because I fell into the trap of New Age spirituality, of your thoughts create your reality, and you can manifest it by the law of attraction and visualization. This is all great. These are important, and yes, you do have to do these. Your thoughts are playing a role. They are physical things that go out and vibrate and that attract different circumstances and things of that nature. But the most key ingredient of putting the law of attraction, of putting of creating the things that you want in your life, is action. It takes thoughts, feelings, and actions to be the embodiment of what you're creating. And until you start taking actions, you're not putting yourself on a new timeline. You're not putting yourself on a new plane that's going to create new things. When you look at the law of attraction and you look at the word attraction, the key thing is in there you have two words that I think are very important that makes that it really landed for me when I thought of it this way. In the word attraction, you have the word action. You can't have attraction without taking action. And once you start taking action, you start gaining traction. Attraction is action that creates traction, and you start getting momentum. And you couple that with your thoughts, with a good attitude, and accepting yourself where you are. If you're having a bad day feeling wise, just accept it. Let go of the resistance. Stop trying to change everything. Just have a good attitude. That's what's gonna push your life into a new direction. So I hope you got value out of this video. I love you guys, and I want to see you succeed. Until next time, peace.